Normal Cook, Fatboy Slim, thank you very much for talking to us today.
Well, thanks for coming down to see us.
You are a legend. It's as simple as that.
Is that a question or
Well, that's what I was going to say.
Statement?
Are you able to look at me comfortably in the eyes and go, hi, I'm Normal Cook, I'm a legend?
No, modesty forbids that I could ever do that, but I do get called it quite a lot. I think it just means you've been around a long time. I can safely tell you that the last thing that goes through my head when I wake up in the morning is I never feel legendary. Yeah. I sometimes feel like a human being. I sometimes feel 10 years older than I am. I sometimes feel the lady next to me, but I never feel like a legend.
Keep it up.
When I first started DJing, I was doing, youth club discos, then I graduated to pubs, then weddings, funerals, I did a funeral. And then when I moved down here, I started doing nightclubs. But in those days, the wages you get, I couldn't play in London because it wouldn't come with my bus fare. We were treated, the glass collectors got treated better than us. And we were indispensable. If you moaned and said, look, there's no monitors I can't hear what I'm doing. They'd just say, we'll get another DJ, sorry, we'll get another DJ and work with the equipment.
But this is the year of you kind of like celebrating your greatest hits. The greatest hits came out in June.
Yeah.
Lots of people always go, oh, greatest hits is like a sign off of an era, or it's the actual sign off.
Yeah.
So which is it?
I don't know. I don't know.
You don't know.
It's definitely signing off on that era of Fatboy Slim. Dance music's changed so much. Yeah, and just pop music has changed so much. I don't see a room for a Fatboy Slim in that kind of guise, apart from as a DJ. It's weird, it's like, sell less records, but throw bigger parties.
Would you have a favourite Fatboy Slim video then?
Oh yeah, definitely Praise You.
Praise You,
yeah, because that broke me in the States.
Yeah.
And it still makes me laugh to this day, how we got away with it. MTV wouldn't show it at first in America, and the record company came and said, you've got to make another video, because MTV said this is just like substandard. But then VH1 started playing it, and so MTV had started playing it.
So did you say, no, I'm not going to do another
video?
That's
I said,
the video.
No, I said, that's the video, take it or leave it.
Yeah.
And it won 6 MTV awards 2 years later.
What's the secret, like surviving and lasting and being relevant over 20 years? It's incredible.
Well, I know, one part luck, one part persistence. Probably my secret is that I tend to like what my audience likes, so it's not a question of them and us, we're all in it together.
Yeah.
And so I do what I like, and they seem to like it too.
Do you have any kind of the big hitters in the States, like P. Diddy or the Trouser Snake Justin, asking to do collaborations with you these days? Yeah. The
big guys have asked me. I don't name names. The only name I haven't named. I was halfway through an interview. I got a call from Madonna.
Yeah.
About Ray of Light, and I ended up not doing it just because it wasn't my kind of song. And she got the knock of it about it, and I was like, look, I don't want to be famous for turning Madonna down, you know.
Yeah.
And Brittany, I turned down.
Yeah.
Don't care if she hates me. There's other people that, I like what they do, but I wouldn't want to work with them, or whichever track they wanted to do, I didn't think it was a good idea.
In terms of then the gigs that you have played, DJing, what have been the worst and the best gigs?
The worst were the Oscars.
Yeah.
The Oscars.
Wasn't that where you felt like you'd sold out?
No, it wasn't that at all. No, I thought it was great. It was, the Vanity Fair party. It's the biggest, But at the end of the day, it's a load of suits and, old people. And the last thing they want is breakbeat techno acid. the pivotal moment was when John Cleese came up to me and he said, "Dear boy," he said, "I don't mean to be rude," he said, "but the thing is no one's dancing." He said, "And if you turn the music down a little, at least we could talk."
You're about to get back, tell me, do you feel that flip out and overload?
Every time you put on a big show, you are like the party boy. Is there pressure on you anytime you go to do a gig
Yeah.
to be the biggest, the best, to make a big show of it?
Yeah. There's a pressure because we always try and push it further.
Yeah.
And make it more of a show rather than a lot of DJs. You know, they just turn up and and they're like this all night, just queuing up the next record. Yeah. Whereas I try to put on a show in the way I sort of connect with the audience. In some countries, I'm known more for throwing great beach parties than I am for actually making records. I've noticed that in the tabloids, I get referred to as a DJ now, rather than I used to be sort of musician. Then I was DJ producer, and now I'm just referred to as a DJ.
What is the New Year's Eve gig that you're doing?
New Year's Day.
New Year's Day.
It's taken me 6 months to stop saying New Year's Eve to people, because it sounds like you should be. New Year's Day, and basically it's Big Beach Boutique 3. After the second one, the powers that be were a little nervous about safety issues, so they said the only way we'll let you do it again is if you do it on the most unpopular day of the year to have a beach party.
Yeah.
Worst thing I'm hanging on the people all around, knowing when they hear the champion sound.
2007, what are the plans?
2007, finish off the musical with David Byrne. I've also done some music for a film called Manor, which is set in Cuba, and which I went over to Cuba and worked with Cuban musicians for. I don't know if I'm allowed to tell you this, but I'm working with Danny Elfman on the theme tune for a Disney film, which comes out in March. I'm going to make a sneak appearance at Glastonbury, but apart from that, I'm not really doing anything big over the summer. I suppose that means I've got to start writing the difficult fifth album.
God damn it!
I've run out of excuses, I've run out of collaborations, and I've been remixing quite a lot. I've been doing quite a lot of remixing, and just to put off writing the very difficult fifth album.
Well, thank you very much for
Thanks for having us, and thanks for coming down.
You wouldn't mind putting on another cup of tea for me, would you?
Yeah, how'd you take it?
Just a drop of milk.